Okay, gonna try a little something different today. I've been wanting to do a series of this kind of stuff for quite a while now, because it's something I do even off camera quite a bit. I like to go around Alaska, locally within a couple 100 miles, and search old places, old junkyards that are abandoned, or service stations, or dump sites, or whatever. So it's a lot of fun. So I got a spot in mind that I'll go to today because I've been wanting to go back to it, and I'll film it also. So let me go drive to it and I'll check back in. Okay, here we are, just a ways down this road. There's more than one grouping of dump spots with a bunch of junk and stuff in it. So I'll probably go to the furthest one and then work my way back to this way. Here's one of them on the way in, where an old spot where a dozer kind of cut in a low spot, and then they dumped all kinds of cans and whatnot in there. But there's more further in on this side. Another grouping here, a lot of cans. And another grouping right here. Okay, turned around and facing the other way now. Stopped at the first grouping here. So basically, the highway's out there, and the local Department of Transportation is pretty close to this area. And before DOT was established, because Alaska didn't become a state until 1959, it was Territorial Alaska Road Commission, and they maintained the highways and roads and everything. And then when Alaska became a U.S. state, it got turned into DOT. So basically this road is an old dump site from Alaska Road Commission. Back in the days where there weren't many laws or regulations, you could just drive out in the woods and dump stuff or bury it, and that's what they did. So that's what we're checking out today. So we'll have a walk into this one. Lots of buckets, cans, oil cans, stuff like that from Road Commission, keeping their fleet up in shape with oil changes and whatnot. And as you can see, big old truck tires off of dump trucks or whatever. So I've been to these spots a few times and kind of picked them over quick, but I didn't really spend a lot of time and really, dug around and looked under all this. So I'm gonna do some of that today. And one of these groupings I found a flathead V8 block, and that's now at my house. So that and a couple other small parts off of a flathead V8. So there's good stuff here, just gotta find it. Part of a starter here off of something. Air filters, oil filters, and a lot of tires. Got some retro lighting stuff here. That's worth grabbing. old crates from oil cans or whatever. Alright, well, I'm going to put the camera down and do some digging around and see what I can find. And if I find anything good, I'll turn the camera back on. Huh. Have to dig that up. That might be a drum for my two Chevys. Wouldn't be too surprised. I've found military stuff in this stuff too, which Road Commission would have had a lot of military stuff. But normally Road Commission painted everything orange, so if you see orange, that's a good sign, and really backs up the story. Here's an old handbrake off of some old truck. Not too good anymore. So I'll do some digging around. And you know, for as long as this stuff has been here, there's no telling what's buried under all of this. Got a decent can here that will probably clean up. And you know, clutch, it's not worth nothing, but other stuff. Found a nozzle for a jerry can. That's kind of cool. And a bunch of big wheel bearings and whatnot off of equipment. And sometimes I'll even get really stupid and haul a big tire home if I think they look cool. I don't know why, I think old tires look cool sometimes. Lots of old brands that they don't make anymore. But anyways, I'm just kind of digging around. Gonna try and get to that. Hopefully I can. Well, the plans on this little adventure might get interrupted. Looking pretty dark in the sky, so I'm trying to hurry. I'm still on that same spot here, finding quite a bit of stuff. So when I get ready to move up to the next one, I'll show you what I got from here. Okay, I got a little bit of stuff from this spot. Didn't do too bad. Got 3 cool skinny tires. Some old brands and cool names for them. I'll have to show those off later. I got some nice cans and bottles. And some other junk. Okay, moved up to the next little grouping here. Starting to sprinkle, so I'll have to move somewhat quick. But yeah, more junk that they dumped. Pretty sunk in this spot. So digging around, I see another old tire in there. Wonder what that one is. In this spot, the last time I was here, I found some pretty cool stuff. I found an old lever shock from a 1930s Ford in here, and some other cool stuff. But yeah, just gonna have to dig around like always and try and find something good under all this scrap stuff and junk. So yeah, well, here's an oldie. It's got nails in it, so they did something with it. That's probably like a Model A tire or Model T, which I've always wanted to find one, but they're never at any of these spots, so maybe I'll get lucky one time. But yeah, some good metal if I need any. Now this is just classic Alaska ingenuity right here. Got a homemade wrench or whatever, and it's a big one. And some kind of other tool here that they made. So working on whatever, they didn't have what they needed and made it. Typical for the old days. So definitely taking these with me. And here's a prime example of that orange Alaska Road Commission paint. This is a piece of a fender or whatever that's been torched off, which was very common. They'd hit their fenders up against whatever, trees and whatnot, and bend them all up and get them into the tires, so they just took a torch and cut them off. That's what was done to one of my World War II Chevys, because that one got turned over to the Road Commission after the Army got done with the highway. So yeah, that's pretty funny when you hear what this place was and then you start digging around, you start seeing the signs and things start to check out. Pretty cool. Wonder what this is. It's like really light. Huh. Yeah, it's some kind of part that's been repaired. Right there. That's interesting. Got homemade exhaust pieces. So I'll keep digging around more. It's starting to thunder now. Just found this. Back in the old days when stuff was actually made with quality, they made it so you could pack grease or pour oil in and lubricate moving parts. And this is a little cup thing with a spring-loaded lid where you can do that. So on like really old bearings or whatever, you just pop this open and pack grease down in there, or put some oil in it. Getting quite a good load now. Yeah, I grabbed the chunk of the fender. Don't know why, but I did. But doing pretty good on the cans. Got some in here too. So I'll move up. There's another spot right there. And that'll be one of the last ones. It's not raining yet, so I'm doing pretty good. Okay, now on to this one. It's this group where I found flathead V8 stuff, so I'm gonna look really carefully here. Hopefully find some more. There's quite a bit of stuff here. Just lots of it. And you know, half of it's buried too, so you gotta look even harder. But I don't mind. Well, here's a possibility. Not too good on how flathead rods look, but this is definitely old. Don't see a Ford script on it right away, but still gonna take it because it looks really old. Well, the camera died on me when I was still searching around for stuff, but I got the truck pretty filled up, and I'm back home now and got everything unloaded and set out and the rest of the junk. I'll put some pictures that I took of everything I found laid out next to the truck when I unloaded it, so you can see everything I got. Well, yeah, that's it for now. So thanks for watching, and if you like this type of stuff, leave a comment and tell me that you do, and I'll make more of these videos. So until next time, see you later.